Thank you, Felina. I hope you win, my friend. PJ, that wasn't very nice. PJ sliding Felina. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Here we go. Purple Rain. I don't sing no more. I listen to myself singing on these videos. It sounds like a drunken sailor coming off of a 3-day leave. So, no more singing. But this is Purple Rain. I think that movie came out in 1984, and it was a horrendous movie, but the soundtrack was awesome in the movie. So it is worth watching. The soundtrack is great. I've seen it in the theater twice. When I was a kid, I was 9 years old. But to be fair, it wasn't necessarily that I liked the movie, which, like I said, the soundtrack was phenomenal. I lived in a town that had 2 movie screens. They ran for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So, if you wanted to go to the movies, you watch the movies. Sometimes you watch them twice. Sometimes twice was nice. This is the true story when I tell this. They ran E.T. The only movie I can ever remember, E.T., that they ran for 1 year and ran it again the next year at my local theater. I mean, like I said, we only had 2 screens. That was the only time I can ever remember that. And it was a great movie at the time. E.T. Phone Home. Drew Barrymore played great in that movie. She was a child actress at that time. She comes from good lineage. Her father, I think, was a famous actor. Let's find out. Let's go find out. Who was Drew Barrymore's dad? Drew Barrymore's father was an American actor named John Drew Barrymore, born 4th, 1932. Died 29th November 2004. Famous acting family and the son of silent film legend John Barrymore. So there you go. I told you she had some lineage. Now, let's see here. I'm only going to tell one a day, but I'm going to tell a dad joke. Where does an electric cord go to shop? Anybody? I'm going to give you a few more seconds. An outlet mall. Ha 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 ha. That's an inside joke, but they're going to keep coming anyway. You may get on the inside someday. Look at that. I mean, that is perfect. Oh, this music's getting ready to come on. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to see if I can come up with the person singing it before it actually comes on there. I would never guess the singer. But the song, yes. No reason to doubt. Dwayne Gretzky. I honestly didn't know that's who sang that song. I've heard that song thousands of times, but for some reason I didn't know that. Man, back at you all probably not living like I live now. I mean now. I mean, when I was a kid, I could walk to the local swimming pool. They had a boom box that looked like it was the size of a Yugo, which was a really, 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 really small car that was made in Yugoslavia that was so cheap. Anyway, the boom box was the size of a Yugo, and they would play that music on the station called Q95 FM, and it was a great memory. The pool opened at 10 in the morning, and it closed at 5 in the afternoon. And we would stay from 10 to 5. One year I can remember my parents or one of my uncles or aunts getting me a season pass. And I could literally walk to the pool in 15 or 20 minutes. And I went every day. If you had the $2 in your pocket, oh my goodness, you could eat a lunch. You could probably get a hamburger and a drink and a bag of potato chips and a candy bar or a hot dog for $2 back then. You was living large and you was in charge. Had a park right beside it too. That was living life right there, folks. I can still smell the chlorine. Oh, first dive. The first thing you done of the season is you climbed up on the high board, which was like 10 foot up in there, and you done a dive off of it. The very first thing every season. Then you started doing somerset flips. You started doing flips. When I was in third grade, I could do front flips off the diving board, the high dive. Now, I don't think that I was Greg Louganis. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He won more gold medals in diving than anybody. But I could do that front flip off that high dive when I was 10 years old. Done a lot of belly flops doing them too, but it was so much fun. Good times right there. The pool was packed too. I had a great childhood. I hope anybody lived in the 80s had a good shot at having a good childhood. We're rolling. We're rolling. The big red machine's in full effect. Shall we take a chance? I don't know if it'd benefit us any, but it could. Risk it. Oh, we done a little better with our positioning. That could be the difference in one storm cycle. Could be the difference in us getting knocked too. That's one of my favorite points of interest to sit over on one of the trees and watch. You would still say if you had a dollar bill in your pocket, you'd be able to stay hydrated all day and get some candy. They had the good bubble gum that was a nickel. You could get green apple, grape, or you could get regular flavored. Came in wax paper and Bubbles, I think, was the brand of it. The green apple and the grape was great. I don't know if that was a good idea selling bubble gum while you was in the swimming pool. could have been a choking hazard, but I never knew anybody choke on bubble gum in the swimming pool. So it was the 80s, and the 80s was great. You could buy 20 pieces of bubble gum for $1, and this gum was good. Now, if you went down there to the five and dime store, you could buy that same gum for 2 or 3 cents a. But I mean, they got to make a little money at the swimming pool. This bubble gum wasn't like what you're getting now. This bubble gum never dissolved. You could just keep adding to it for as long as you wanted to. Oh, those were the days, my friend. I'm so glad I was part of them. We can't go backwards in time, but we can surely remember the good things, and we can learn from the bad things. History is something that you need to learn so you can not repeat it. Sometimes history is, we don't want to repeat some things that's happened in history, and that's why we learn it. All right, folks. I want you all to rate what you think this is worth. I'm going to try a triple Lindy. Oh, cannonball! That wasn't bad. Now's the time to get that money. That is not a reference that I normally use or made. It has been famous and been patented by the famous Vortex Nation 187. If I wasn't a creature of habit, I would figure out how to move that twitch off my shield symbol. But I am a creature of habit, so what can you do? We're living in the storm forever, folks. There's no doubt about that. But in the meantime, we're going to stay out up for just a little bit longer.
Oh, I want to see it all.
Okay, I like it. Now, if we can find some shit, we got a real shot at being truly successful this match. I think we can find some shield. We just gonna have to look for it. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. That would be a terrible thing if we wasn't able to find any shield. Nuts with being able to stay out of the storm like we have so far this match. Us, when I say us, if you're watching this video, it's us. Thank you, Fortnite. Red hot chili pepper. Oh yeah. Oh, those are hot this morning. Thank you. I'm not a. I don't know why I really need that, but we'll pick it up for a minute. Now it's time to be good managers of our shield. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Waggy.